are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero. Got you have some.
All right, New York Knicks fans, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. We're talking draft today with the smooth, mellow sounds of Online Big Blue. Of course, the draft is coming up Thursday, which is tomorrow. And, I wasn't really going to do a draft preview show, but I was like, you know what? I've been kind of plotting the draft, kind of watching the draft. I hate the draft where it is in regards to free agency. Only because of the fact that, there's so many things that the Giants could do in free agency right now that could impact their draft. And I understand why the draft is before you. I get it. Okay. But you know what? The Knicks are in an interesting position. What do they have? The 21st and the 19th pick overall. And you look at what's out there. Now, this is not a bad draft. It's a good draft. I would not say it's an all-time deep draft, but there is talent in this draft that the Knicks could use. I am all for rebuilding the Knicks backcourt via the draft. Frank Ntilikina is not going to be around. You can't rely on Derrick Rose to come back. And like I said, I'm more really looking at the point guard position. The ability to have interchangeable, dynamics, and then offer players with versatility that will allow the Knicks to use multiple lineups. Use RJ Barrett in a different way, just to enhance the talent of the total team. And I think it's interesting because, like I said, we have all this cap space, but I think there are two guys in the draft that really kind of pique my interest, and I think both will be available towards the later end of the draft. And I just think that they would fit. I would think they would fit perfectly into the system for the Knicks. I know some people have the Knicks going for which I never understand. Some have them going for forwards and other things else, but I just two guys, Mr. Butler out of Baylor. Interesting guy, interesting player. He is kind of he averaged 16.7 last season, 41.6 from three, 4.8 assists and 2 steals. He's a microwave scoring guard who has basically improved as a playmaker during his 3 years. Now, my thing with him is he's got great ball handling skills. He's on the ball defensively. He's superior. I don't know superior, but he's good. He was good in college, really good in college. And he's a good perimeter shooter. And he's kind of a shifty ball handler who moves quickly from side to side. He knows how to generate space. He's a good scorer off the dribble, which is what we need. He's potent in the pick and roll, which is great to the extreme erect of Michael Randall. And he can pull up for the deep three. He's versatile. Like I said, he could be a shooting guard. He could be a point guard. He could be moved. He could be moved around. He's a creative passer. He has the necessary vision and skills that kind of makes him stand out. One thing I love, and he'll be perfect with Tibbs, is he's a high effort on the ball defender. He's a very also instinctive defender. He knows how to jump into the passing lanes. He's great at deflecting the ball. He's a good rotational piece. Now, if you want to pick, now of course we're picking later in the draft, so you're going to pick on him. He's kind, he's not much of a finisher. He doesn't really shy away from the contact, but he also doesn't really encourage it. He doesn't go for it. He's not looking to draw those hard fouls. You could say that he is a risk taker, and he tries to make passes that he probably shouldn't. He probably shouldn't make certain passes. And he should make the safe ones, but he's trying to make the highlights, trying to make the big play. And if you actually watch him pass the ball, he doesn't put a lot of oomph at times in some of his passes. And I think all these are things that can be taught. He's a little bit undersized at 6'2". They're saying he's 6'2 and a quarter. In college, which probably means you're about 6 feet, maybe 6'1". But like I said, he is a guy that can score. He can play defense, and he has the ability to be a good dribbler and very potent in the pick and roll. Well, the other player I'm going to look at, and people are going to think I'm crazy, is we're all going to call him the Man. Trey Mann out of Georgia. Excuse me, Florida. 6'3", 78 pounds. He has an interesting perspective. He kind of reminds me of D'Angelo Russell a little bit. Again, another knockdown shooter, slick ball handler, who went through a growth spurt in college. He grew. He grew 2 inches and gained 15 pounds after his freshman season. So Lord knows what size he's going to be. He could be 6'5" by the time he gets into the NBA. We don't know. Another good ball handler. Shifty is a good word for him. And another knockdown shooter from deep. He naturally shifts speeds well. He knows how to use his acceleration to get a step back and then pull up on the jump shot. He needs to tighten up his ball handling a little bit. He's not like Butler, but he has flashes. He's got a great soft touch on the floater. He knows how to attack the rim. He really does. He's a good playmaker. Would I say he's solid? I would say I think he's above solid. And he knows how to get his teammates open. And he's another one that will go well into the pick and roll. Now, the only drawback that I see with him, and like I said, I don't know if it's a drawback yet. He's not the most athletic. He kind of lacks that first step. And another player, again, that does not have a lot of explosiveness around the rim. While Butler can attack the rim and should be attacking the rim, Mann does not have the explosiveness that Butler does. But he's a crafty guy. He's a good ball handler. Defensively, he is fundamentally sound, but he's sloppy. And he falls out of his stance on the ball a lot. He needs to be taught. And Tibbs is the perfect guy to teach him. All I'm saying is if you use these guys as your backcourt and add him with Quickly, I think you would have something special in your first and second unit. You could bring in waves of guards who are defensively sound, who have the ability to put up points, and who can put up numbers on a second. Like I said, I've compared players to Vinnie Johnson, the microwave, the old Detroit Piston player. They call him microwave because he just heated up right when he came off the bench. That's what he reminds me of. That's what both these guys remind me, but better ball handlers, better defensively, and can do and add more versatility to Tibbs, which then would allow you to take your final 2 second-round picks and move them either into a first-round pick for next year or move them as assets in a trade. The Knicks have so many options, it's not even funny. Will they go this direction? Probably not. But I just think that if they did, it would be an interesting philosophy, and it would kind of show. It would put. It's like that old thing with the running backs in head football. Sometimes if you have multiple running backs, you just bring them out in waves, and it's the same thing. You could wear down a defense with these three, with those 3 guards, with Mann, Butler, and Quickly. You could break down a defense by the third, fourth quarter. You keep rotating these 3 guys in, or put 2 at a time, or put 2 on the first team, or 1 on the second team. You could really break a defense. And especially that would be a help. And they're 3-point shooters, which is what we need. Can they be prolific 3-point shooters? I don't know yet, because you never know when you go from college to the pros. But they are good, consistent 3-point shooters. And again, those are just my thoughts. And as always, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. Hopefully, we'll have a couple other videos going on, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we will talk to you soon.